Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to the intermediate video between like another 4-month hiatus or something. I don't know when I last recorded a thing. I don't know when I last recorded anything. I shouldn't be recording right now. I should just plain Jane day, plain as Jane, plain as day right now. I should not be recording right now. But if I go back to lying down, I'm probably gonna like crash out or something, so I needed to sit up for a little bit. So, excuse me, sorry, just living the phlegmatic lifestyle right now. You know, you might be a little choleric on me. I'm LARPing right now, don't worry about it. I don't know when the last time I recorded a video was. I also made World of Horror louder, because I don't want to edit shit, man. I don't want to, if I have to boot up OBS, like, I've already had to boot up OBS. If I have to boot up Adobe, man, if I have to boot up Adobe sister, brother, sibling, then I'm gonna crash out. Like, if I have to boot up Adobe and I have to make any changes to the video, besides, like, a fade in and fade out, I'm gonna crash out. I don't know when, I don't know when I'm gonna get back to uploading normally, so, like, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if anybody's still, like, a channel member or whatever, but definitely, like, cancel that shit, honestly. I'm cooked. I'm giga cooked. But I've been getting this, like, this itch, this stupid urge to play this game, and so we're back. We're here. For a little bit, at least. Hasn't been updated yet, though, has it? I really am the the perfect YouTuber for this game, though, for real. Don't worry, guys, I'll totally be me in, like, January of 2026. Don't worry, guys. I'll definitely be uploading videos about World of Horror. World of Horror. Don't worry, guys. I'm definitely gonna be updated in February. They made a board game, though. Good for them. Good for them. Because World of Horror was always meant to be a board game, you know? It was always meant to be like a card game board game. And now it is a card game board game. So good for them. Board games don't need to be updated. You don't have to release, like, board game patches. God, I'm, like, trying to figure out how to get back in the saddle here, you know? I mean, really, there is only... Like, listen, I don't remember what character I played last. If I picked the same character twice in a row, man, that would be so funny. You know I want to play Jury. You know I want to play Miku. It's like a 50-50, isn't it? Like, you know it's like a 50-50. So what if I just played, like, Moriko, right? Oh, that's right, actually. There's a so... We're gonna play Moriko, first of all. But what was pissing me off, okay? Sorry, we're just gonna, like, act like nothing happened, because it's, like, too old to do the bit of, like, here's, like, what's going on and why I wasn't recording for a billion years. That's, like, an old bit that was, like, 7 episodes in a row. Or maybe 6 episodes in a row. Who knows? Does the game look, like, slightly different to you? Or is it just because my monitor's, like, fucked up? I think my monitor's just effed up, dude. I shouldn't swear so much, but also I'm, like, cooked right now, so it's okay. You know, Athiel Lizette's a little too easy. Let's do a little Cthulhu. Motherfucker. I take it back. Grab the fucking shotgun, Moriko. You're gonna need to rip and tear until it's done. But I've been getting into an idle game called Land Drifters recently. It's pretty fucked up. It's like it's good. Like it's good, but it's like pretty fucked up. I'm playing it right now actually because it's like an idle game. You know, I got it on in the background. There's something wrong with my computer where I have to have a game running. I have to have my computer doing something. Like I have to have my computer have like power draw. It has to be doing something. It has to be running like an application. Because like Firefox is an application, but like it has to be running like a game or something. It has to be doing like some work. Because if it's not running a game, it's crashing. Like literally, I can't run my computer for longer than about probably, I think, 5 to 10 minutes before my computer crashes. But if I have a game running, my computer will never crash. Now, of course, World of Horror and OBS in combination have been known to crash my computer. So if this video crashes, I'm probably just gonna be like, well, you know, I tried. I got the emotional release from having tried, so that's good enough. I'm just gonna, like, fade into darkness and let the archangels take me. It'll just be all that. It'll just be all that. So listen, you know, a lot of major life changes have happened recently. But, you know, I'm still retweeting a million things on Twitter. Why the fuck did I do that? Good job, Moriko, throwing that shit away. Throwing that Kanappa ritual pack away. I don't want to smoke that shit. Holy crap, they're like, welcome back. Welcome back to Shiikawa, god damn. It's like I never left. What the heck? I mean, it's pretty fucking simple, but, sorry, I'm written by VizzyPop today. I've got, like, very little filter. I mean, you know, you want to take damage, or do you want to take damage? Which way? Which way, which way, Eastern woman? They should add an American to World of Horror. They should probably not do that. It would kind of be funny, though. Just so that I could say which way Western, insert gender here, and then it would be accurate. But, I got a, I've been getting the itch to play World of Horror again. I've been getting the World of Horror itch, right? And, yeah, sure, why not? We got, like, 5 knowledge, bro. It's not gonna work out very well. How's the seaside? Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. Well, I guess we'll do the strategy the other way. We'll not do it the optimal way. We'll do it the other way. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. I don't really, like, what if we get, like, holes or something? Or, like, insomnia? Like, I don't really want to get cursed. I would kind of just rather take the doom. If you can believe it. You're a motherfucker. Like, you need to, like, bro, you need to get out of here. Like, bro, you need to go. Oh, Reagan! I fell for it! I fell for it! I was like, I'll show them. I'll show the folks at home that I still got it. But, then I forgot about ringing ears, and I'm like, fuck! But, I had a conversation with a friend about video games the other day, and World of Horror got brought up, and I've been playing a lot of this game called Land Drifters, and the only way this backfires, by the way, the only way this backfires is if we get a combat after Kana leaves. That's the only way that the strategy of dealing with the Harbinger of Doom, doomed, I don't know why I said Harbinger of Doom, man. The doomed location, the doomed seaside. It's the only reason why it doesn't work. Always help out the Fisher Bros, man. It's the nice thing to do. Like, if we get combat here, you get fucked a little bit. But, you know, it is what it is. I love threat levels. I love threat levels. I love threat levels! Yikes. My bad, guys. I didn't mean to press that button. I meant to press this button and then do that. I was just checking the threat levels to see maybe, like, you know, what we gotta deal with. But, you know, World of Horror came up in the conversation, and I was, thinking about Land Drifters because I haven't really been playing a lot of video games in the past, like, I don't know, like 3 months. Whenever I last uploaded a video is probably when I stopped playing video games regularly. I mean, there was like a couple of weeks where I was deadlocking it up with the lads and the lasses. I was locking it up in deadlock in the streets of the Cursed Apple. But, it didn't last for very long, unfortunately. Not because anything happened, but just because I've been kind of like drifting away from video games, man. I just haven't really been playing them. My biggest connection to video games right now, and maybe this is kind of sad, is just raiding in Final Fantasy XIV. And even then, I've kind of started to feel like I'm washed, like I'm cooked, like my heart's not in it anymore for raiding. Like, At the start of the tier, I was pulling, like, Reaper parses with, like, shitty crafted gear when everybody else had, like, weeks of tome. I was pulling those, like, blue Reaper parses out of my ass with just, like, a hope and a dream, man. But now, I'm putting up less damage than back then. I'm doing less DPS with Savage and Tome, and Augmented Tome gear. I'm doing less damage than back then. I'm getting, like, low grays because, you know, Reaper got buffed, like, a billion times in a row. So, I know it's a little unconventional, but I'm like, we've already got the season, we've already got the police on the school, we might as well keep them there for just a little bit longer. Yeah, no, this is the chickens coming home to roost. This is, like I said, I'd rather take the Doom instead of that, so, instead of the random curse, so. I'll get one curse, I'm okay with that. That's completely acceptable and thematically appropriate for what we've got going on here. I think that even though it's Mystery 2, a couple investigations in, I think it can be justified. But, you know, I was like, you know, I'm doing, like, way worse nowadays on, basically everything, possible in Raid. And I'm just, like, bad, you know? Like, I remember when, and, like, obviously people are playing Reaper now because Reaper's been buffed, like, 2 or 3 patches in a row. Because Reaper was, like, the lowest, like, the second lowest physical DPS damage in the game. Not physical DPS, melee DPS, because, like, physical ranged exists, but, like, you know, I was getting, like, even when I was getting, like, blues on Reaper, I was getting out DPS by the Summoner. And, I mean, listen, she's awesome. She's really good. She was getting, like, high blues and purples on Summoner, but it's, like, I had a Party Finder clear where I got, like, I hit, like, this was before Reaper was, like, buffed 3 patches in a row. I think this was, like, the first or the second patch Reaper was buffed in a row. But, I mean, I guess we're just perception maxing. But I had a parse where it's, like, I got, like, I think it was actually just a 50, or it was, like, a 49 or something. It was, like, a 50 or a 49. And, you know, I'm playing a melee DPS, quote-unquote big, strong melee DPS that does a lot of damage. And, you know, I'm getting, like, really good uptime. Probably, like, well, okay, listen, I'm getting bad uptime. I'm bad at the game. Okay, but, like, you know, I think I was getting, like, close to, like, it's a fight where the boss disappears and you fight ads, and then there are ads that you have to, like, run across the stupidest Vamp Fatale, okay? I could be excused for getting, like a 94.9 or, like, a 93.9 or something like that. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty consistent. If I'm getting blues, I'm doing okay, I think. Well, I was getting blues, but it's, like, I got, like, a 50 or something. And it was, like, I'll just take just put the Doom in the bag, bro. Just put the Doom in the bag, little bro. And I got out DPS'd by, like, I did less damage than a gray parsing Black Mage, which, I mean, makes sense, because Black Mage is, like, super OP, right? Like, it's Yoshi P's chosen child. It's the special job. It's God's favorite child. So I guess that makes sense. But then I also got out DPS'd by a melee DPS who got a gray. So it's, like, it just, like, felt... I think they had worse uptime, too, but I'm actually not sure. I don't remember. I could be LARPing. I could be... historical revisionism, right? And I understand that parses are something that you really can't, like, give any attention, or, like... This is not a blunt weapon. 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 I mean, I don't like it. I mean, it's a 50% chance to take no damage, and then 80% chances to... It's not great, but I guess we can throw the... We can throw the Ritual Mask if we want to, if we're really worried about it. I mean, hey, listen, we hit the 50-50, so I think we can hit the 80-80. That was, like, the good ending. That's the good ending of what happened, yeah? Unfortunate, the random timeline didn't give us the easy Inzmasu lookout, so burn it all down, brother! But, what was I gonna say? I don't know, just seeing, like, you know... Like, okay, so obviously, I remember what I was gonna say. The thing about parses and why you can never take them seriously is that they are basically, like, aggregates of your damage on a numerical scale compared to everybody else of your job and how much damage they did of clears, okay? Very important. And when you compare yourself to another job, it's like, yeah, of course, Monk and Black Mage are going to do more damage than Reaper, because Reaper does less damage than both of those jobs. So a Monk or a Black Mage playing significantly worse than you is still going to do more damage because they have higher numbers. Or, like, whatever, you know? So it's not very, like, helpful to actually look at it or think about it in that regard or in that way. I mean... it's already on the school, right? So... Holy crap, the torch. When do you see that? Yeah, just you escape the bathroom. I don't even care if this is the ghost code one. Like, it could be all 5 bows, and I would still do it, because that ghost is doing, like, -4 sanity damage, man. It's just, like, completely... Like, do you want to get owned, or do you want to get, like, owned, right? I haven't been here in, like, 4 months, and you're the only one who shows up. You shouldn't risk that again. I want to see my guy! I want to see the little troll doll hanging from the ceiling. I want to see my boy! I want to see a little slime on the sideway of the door. I mean, I guess we know who really cares. God damn. This is if you use a spell, so... I mean, listen, we're never getting a fucking... Alright, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it, Moriko. You did a good job. You did a good job, Moriko. Don't let anybody tell you that you haven't done a good job, okay? Don't let anybody tell you you didn't do a good job. Why did I do that, by the way? Literally for fun. For fun, engagement, for player, like, satisfaction. I haven't done it in, like, 3 months, man. I'm back. I wanna do it for fun. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I just, like, I've been kind of discouraged with raiding recently. And it's just sort of like, you know what? Just send it with the 2 bows. I gotta actually pay attention to this. So no more anecdotes for the next, like, 10 seconds. Bow, bow. Clap. 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 Okay, I don't have to pay attention anymore. Okay, it's 2 bows, 3 claps. Easiest fucking thing. 2 bows, far left, middle left. Everything else is claps, okay? Don't need to remember anything else. I don't need to know anything else. It's just as simple as that. So we're gonna have a flashlight. So we're just gonna have to, like, be careful with the charisma, I guess. I don't think I'm getting 2 more levels on... I'm not getting 2 more levels on strength, man. I'm not getting 2 more levels on strength. Just make combat as good as possible. I just make combat as good as possible, man. Yeah, I've just kind of been a little... Like, not disincentivized to raid, but I feel like subconsciously I'm washed and I'm not, like, good. Because I'm, like crashing and burning on the damage numbers compared to my... you know, previous clears. And listen, I know the tier's been going on for like 20 years, so it's like, I don't have Biz yet, and so I'm competing against all the Reapers who do have Biz, but it's like... Man, I was competing against the Reapers who had weeks of tome gear and who were, like, close to being Biz, because, you know, my static's blind progging, so we're months behind every other static, basically, right? Which I think is fine. I think the blind prog has been fun, because I'm actually, like, learning what the mechanics do and how they work, instead of just following a guide and being like, I don't really get it, but, like, I know the dance steps. Like, I can recite to you the dance steps by heart, but I don't actually know what the mechanics do. I just know that if I dance in this way, nobody dies. But, I don't know why I'm, like, the parasite stirring all the time. Like, do you know why? Yo, listen, Stalker Girl, great to see you. Great to see you again, my friend. absolutely fantastic to see you again. Very happy to see you again. It's been literally months. You know what's funny is, like, my sense of time is just completely distorted. It would be so funny if it was like 2 months and I'm like just like exaggerating the number of months it's been. We have another bullet. You know that? Nah, I can't do that, man. Just send it. I know we have to fight a boss fight. It's gonna be like super rough, but that's... I don't want to fuck with -3 to all. That's like how you lose the run. That is definitely how you lose the fucking run. The forest is safe! The mansion is safe! What have I been avoiding this whole time? We're gonna get roads closed, and I'm gonna be like, it really is like I never left. That's why it took me so long to get back. I had to wait for them to open the fucking roads again. But, yeah, no, I just kind of feel just a little bit, like, washed on raiding. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I used to be kind of balling on Reaper. I used to be kind of popping off on Reaper, but now I feel like I'm playing Reaper properly and I'm doing it, like, wrong. Or, like, something's going horribly wrong. Because, like, I know for a fact you don't need gear to be, like, goated. You don't need gear to pop off. Because I play the game with people who don't tome farm and then they hit like blues and purples. It's like, I don't know, you know. The person who got me back into Final Fantasy 14, she didn't get the trial weapon. Do I want to do the mansion twice? Yeah, sure, we'll do the mansion twice. She didn't get the trial weapon, the Doom Train weapon. She didn't get her blades from the normal raids, and she just was pretending to get them and lying to her static leader. And first of all, she was out DPSing literally everybody on the squad, and she was parsing consistently the highest out of all of them. And then when they cleared, she was just like, hey, can I have the tombstone? I actually don't have any blades. I was lying. and then everybody else with the tome weapon, or like everybody else with the, everybody else with the tome weapon is like, what? Like, I know scoundrels, man. I know devilish scoundrels. Fiends. And it's like, you can't really be mad at her because she's out DPSing everybody else on the fucking team. You know, she's parsing the highest. Like, if you have somebody who's not using all of the gear that they can get, and it's just like, yeah, I mean, she doesn't need it. Like, it's, I don't know, man. It's just, like, I shouldn't compare myself to people who are better at the game than me, obviously. I don't want to, like, fight. This animated head kind of scary, dude. Let's get the fuck out of here. But yeah, no, it's like, I shouldn't compare myself to people who are better at the game than me, but it's just, like, mildly, like, frustrating, I guess, because it's like, I want to practice more, but I'm just sort of, like, kind of drifting away from gaming in general, and I'm not really playing games much anymore. All right, cool, awesome, neat. Love the birchwood. Love the trees. Love the tree bark. Love the succeeding a knowledge check and then immediately failing the next knowledge check. Because it's like, I should have failed both of them, but, you know, might as well. Okay, you gotta go, brother. You gotta go. Did I see what that woman was wearing? Oh, man, why you gotta be weird? You missed the attack. Okay, cool. Well, we got a block now, just so that we only get, like, fucking 4 Doom instead of, like, 6. Because I'm not trying that shit again, man. I mean, in a weird, sickening way, it's kind of nice to see that Totaro is still, A sick bastard after all this time. Are we burned? Oh, we're burned! Duh. Don't worry, it's fine. Don't worry about it, it's okay. We're goated, we're goated. What if I did put a point to strength? What if I just put another point to perception? Don't worry, burned just makes brace for impact and dodge better. It's just a buff, dude. It's just a buff to your defensive skills. Why are you glaring at me? Why are you typing? But, you know, it's not all bad. It's not all bad, it's not all horrible. You know, I brought up Land Drifters earlier, because it kind of loops back into why I'm getting the World of Horror itch and why I'm doing this. Which, by the way, again, it's probably going to be like 3 months before the next video, so, you know, make peace with, that I am the, you know, World of Horror... Like, the World of Horror development cycle is sort of, like, cursed my channel to becoming the, like, the upload schedule. You know what I mean? So, just, like, you know, you gotta accept that. Yeah, you gotta make peace with that. Oh. Because that's... Listen, it's much easier for you to make peace with it than it is for me to make peace with it, okay? Let's just say that right off the bat. Oh. In the like a billion years I've been gone, like you just like look outside and it's just like a fucking like there's a nuclear like mushroom cloud in the distance and it's like, oh man. Fucking hell. Okay. This is nuts. This is crazy, actually. But like, what if we just like ran away, and then what if we just like read the Occult Diary, and then we just kind of like fucked off, man? We're gonna get 10 perception. Yo, hell yeah. But I was talking to like, I've been playing a lot of this idle game, Land Drifters, and if you haven't heard of it, that's because it's like it's got like 29 reviews on Steam. Now, to be fair, the last time I checked the Steam charts, Land Drifters did have more concurrent players, like online in-game players, despite being an idle game that you can play offline. It did have more online active players than World of Horror did. So, you could only know about World of Horror and not Land Drifters because you're watching a World of Horror YouTuber and not a Land Drifters YouTuber. But to my knowledge, there's not really a Land Drifters YouTuber who has put this amount of time into Land Drifters. Now, I could be that person. So we go down to 9? We go down to 9 sanity? Or, yeah, no, it's not even a fucking choice, man. Like, 9 sanity or, like, 73 doom, like... Whatever, bro. I don't even care. I don't even fucking care. But I faded to darkness. Let the archangels take me. I don't give a fuck, man. Do I look like I care? Get the fuck out of here. I guess not. I guess neither of the choices really matter. Choices matter, motherfuckers. When the cutscene dialogue changes by the cutscene dialogue changes, but the actions of the characters stay the same. But like I could be the Land Drifters YouTuber, okay? I could be the Land Drifters YouTuber. Because it's the only game I've been playing outside of raiding. And then like I played League of Legends once in the past like 3 or 4 months, and then I played Deadlock like for like a 2 to 3 week phase, and it was peak. Deadlock is amazing. Deadlock is absolutely incredible. It's a wonderful game. But it truly is. It's an incredible game. What's happening here? I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. You think I care? Doesn't fucking matter. Get the hell out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Easiest Eldritch Parasite of my life. I don't give a fuck, man. Get the fuck out of my face. Sorry, I'm having too much fun. Can you tell there's been like a build-up here of like I've been wanting to do this for a while? Can you tell that there's a build-up and there's like an emotional release aspect of this? Because I think it's fun. But, I was having this moment with my friends where I was convincing them to play Land Drifters. And I sold 2 copies of Land Drifters, okay? I did. I got 2 people. Actually, no, I got 3 people. Sorry, sorry, I completely forgot. I got 3 people to buy Land Drifters, okay? I have sold 3 copies of Land Drifters. And if for whatever reason you buy Land Drifters after watching this video, if you're still like, you know, holy crap, this YouTuber that I used to watch in the Jurassic period, like 8 billion years ago, they just recommended a game, you know, and you pick up Land Drifters, then I'll take credit for that, goddammit. But I've sold 3 copies of Land Drifters, not counting the own copy that I bought. So that's 4 copies of Land Drifters, which is all, like, that's a, I'm just saying, it's like a significant chunk of the, like, positive reviews on Steam. Like, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to sell, like, 30 copies of Land Drifters, and then everybody leaves a review, and then we've doubled the positive reviews. Probably positive reviews, because, I mean, listen, I could and want to rant about Land Drifters, and I wrote a script for a video at, like, in between midnight to, like, 11 a.m. I wrote an entire script for a video. And the thing about it, I do have one thing to say about World of Horror, hold up, which is that I haven't played this game in, like, okay, I don't actually know, because I clicked on World of Horror, right? But, like, World of Horror was not in my recent games on Steam, okay? It was below, like, obviously, Land Drifters, Limbus Company, Motor Slice, which I haven't played, it's just up there because I bought it. I really want to play Motor Slice, man. I've been looking forward to this game for fucking ever, and it comes out, and I'm like, oh my god, Motor Slice is out, and then I'm like, I'm just like, oh, I can't play it. It was, like, I think it was, like, in between, this is back in March, bro. It was 2 months. It was 2 months ago, because I remember World of Horror was under Mama's Sleeping Angels and Shoot the Barrels. So, World of Horror was in between I Will Never Fall for My Sundari Classmate, so I'll just date a background character instead, and Mama's Sleeping Angels, okay? It was in between those, and both of those were dated back in March. I don't even have, I just want to point this out, I don't have an April folder, okay? I just have a March folder and a recent folder, which is for May, I guess. Like, I don't have a fucking April folder. But, like, you know, I haven't played this game in over 2 months, and I just done and dusted a Cthulhu Eldritch Parasite, where we lost over half of our sanity, by the way, so that's like plus 15, that's close to plus, what was that, plus 15, plus 17 Doom, something like that. We first tried it, we first tried that shit on Eldritch Parasite Cthulhu. Cthulhu, a god that I notoriously hate, and Eldritch Parasite, notoriously one of my least favorite backstories. I think wait, I don't play enough Commoner, actually, to actually have an opinion. I don't have an opinion, actually. God, I should have made that 1.2 fucking tier list. Because there is no 1.3, man. Is it even? No, it is 1.2 that hasn't come out. It's all 1.1. It's all 1.1, man. I should have made the 1.1 tier list. Like, who cares if the game is, like, permanently changing? This shit ain't a live service. It's not Deadlock. I don't play, like, 10 games of Graves, think I'm a fucking ascended goat, and then go to sleep and then wake up and then Graves has, like, a bunch of number changes that make her builds completely different. Get the fuck out of here. This isn't a live service. This isn't Deadlock. I don't get to see... This isn't League. I don't get to see a lot of Logan Jungle videos about how this item is broken on Briar, and then, you know, the item is, like, nerfed into the ground in the current patch because those videos were, like, from a week ago. You know what I mean? I should have made the 1.1 tier list, especially, you know what, maybe I should still. This is the impulsive thoughts winning. I don't want to say intrusive thoughts, because that's not real, but, like, that's not a real intrusive thought. That's an impulsive thought, you know? People are crazy because they're like, oh yeah, my intrusive thought is, like, getting my hair cut. It's like, okay, buddy, alright. Sure thing, pal, that's your intrusive thought, okay. It's actually an impulse. But, yeah, no, I've been playing Land Drifters so much that I feel like I've kind of entered, because, like, not a lot of people play Land Drifters, I feel like I've kind of entered a state on Land Drifters where it's, like, similar to World of Horror. Obviously, it's very different because I don't know the numbers or the math or anything like that. Because the worst aspect of Land Drifters is how it communicates information to the player. Like, I've had 2 instances where the developer has directly implemented, like, feedback from me asking a question or suggesting that something isn't as clear as they might think it is because it's a 2-person team, and then they change it, and it's like, it either, like, the text that they change either has really interesting implications or it's just written in a very clunky way. Like, I'll give you an example, right? They recently implemented a item called the Jar of Eyes, which, it's a combat tool that makes it to where enemies respawn 20% faster, so you can kill them faster. You can kill the enemies faster, right? That's obviously what it was intended to be, and that's what I assumed that it did. But when it came out, it was respawn speed was 20% faster. I'm saying it's 20% faster because I have the item max upgraded, so it's not actually 20% faster until you upgrade the item to the max, okay? But it's just like, for like the one Land Drifter player watching this, who's like, wait a minute, it's not 20%, it is if you double infuse it. Everybody I know who plays Land Drifters is like, infusions is like the hardest thing in the game, but they don't know. They don't know the truth. They don't know the truth, the realness, okay? They don't know. But like, it's very important, okay? Infusion, essence, very important, okay? It's a very important system. It's actually, like, kind of an insane system. It's kind of like one of the most insane systems in the game, okay? But just because of how it's designed and how it works. But, you know, it said respawn speed 0.2, which is 20%, right? And they added the stat to the, like, character sheet of both you and the enemy. So when the update came out, it said respawn speed, you know, 20%. And so the thing is, the respawn speed on the enemies read 0%, and the respawn speed on the player character read 20%. So the idea was so crazy to me, because it's like, I know why they did it the way that they did it, is because the character sheets are mirrored in the sense of, like, when you add a stat on one of them, the stat appears on the other, and that you have to have all of the stats listed at once because that's how they programmed it. So it's like, even though I don't have any electric resist, I still have to have electric resist on my character sheet, even though there's no electric... is there electric damage in the game? I haven't done the final dungeon yet, just because, like, I haven't wanted to. But because when I do the final dungeon, there's nothing more to do, you know what I mean? So maybe there is electric damage in the game, but there's electric damage from, like, the final dungeon, maybe, right? But it's like, you have electric resist at 1 on your sheet, and, like, all the enemies have electric resist, all the enemies have heat resist, cold resist, electric resist, poison resist, darkness resist, fear resist, nausea resist, even though they can't be afflicted with any of those status effects, even though, you know, Ice Bolt from Sorcerer has the cold symbol, it's actually chill for them, right? But when respawn speed is on my character sheet, because it takes 10 seconds for you to respawn when you die, I thought that, oh, does this actually make me respawn faster? That seems like it doesn't really work very well with Premonition, because I got confused, right? Because it says respawn speed on the enemies as 0. And so the developer changed it to where the stat is now enemy respawn speed, which works perfectly because it's like, okay, enemy respawn speed, which is on my character sheet, is 20%, so that means enemies will respawn 20% faster. Cool, great, excellent. But then that stat is also on the enemies as well. And so that makes me think that I absolutely love the idea of there being like some super powerful enemy, like there just being like some super powerful enemy that just like ganks you and just like beats the shit out of you relentlessly, that has enemy respawn speed as well. So he kills you, and then instead of taking 10 seconds to respawn, you take like a second to respawn so he can kill you again faster. And I just think that's a really, really funny idea. I just think that's a really, really fucking funny idea. I think that is so humorous. But then also there's like, listen, if for some reason anybody who has any connection to Land Drifters is watching this, and the developer, one of the developers sees this, just for the love of God, rename woodcutting, mining, fishing to woodcutting 1, mining 1, fishing 1, and then have the talent read adds another worker. I mean, listen, okay, for workers 50 to 75, adds another worker to harvest raw materials when you're using the woodcutting button in this area. Perfect, right? But then, when you get to worker 2, which this was a quick fix implemented by, implemented at the suggestions of a Steam discussion page, so I get it. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but for your second gathering zone, adds another worker to harvest raw materials for you when using the woodcutting 2 button at this area. Just when using the woodcutting 2 button at this area, adds another worker to harvest raw materials for you. When using the woodcutting 1 button at this area, adds another worker to add raw materials for you. Or to add to harvest. I'm sorry, I'm cooked, okay? But you get the idea. You get the idea. You do hopefully get the idea. But yeah, no, Land Drifters is good. Land Drifters is good. If you like idle games, go for it. If you have ADHD or undiagnosed ADHD, do not. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye.